Oh, I forgot to paint my nails. Whoops. Hey, what's going on, you guys? I'm Veggie Rose, and if this is your first time stopping by, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any more videos. Also, press the little bell so you get a notification every time I post a video, and you won't miss any delicious food, delicious recipes, any of that good stuff. So, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a very simple, almost like shortcut to kimchi. This is super requested, believe it or not, and how to make the kimchi that I'm constantly like showing on Instagram and stuff like that, and in different recipes. And today I'm going to show you. So let's get veggie. Alright guys, so we're gonna go ahead and cut up our cabbage. I'm just literally putting my knife straight down the center and then bringing my knife down, and then I'm gonna pull it apart. Alright? And this is a 2.5 pound cabbage head. Alright, so next I'm going to go ahead and flip this around so that we can see this little knot there. And then I'm going to cut like a triangle to get that out. And you guys, again, I'm not Korean, of course, and this is not like the authentic way to do, you know, what do you call it? Kimchi, but this is like the most simple kimchi that I could possibly make, like in a rush, and still taste delicious with everything. So you take it out like this little pyramid triangle kind of thing, and next I'm going to do the same thing, cut it at the middle, put the knife through the middle, and then sort of like rip it apart. I'm going to go ahead and take one piece on its own, do that again. I basically do this, I do about 8 pieces, I think it is. Yeah, 8 pieces. So I do 8 pieces like this, and then I just start chopping them up into like squares. Alright guys, so I went ahead and rinsed these off. I just rinsed these off really good, and I left some of the water at the bottom here, if you can see. And I did the same thing to this one. So next I'm going to go ahead and just add salt. The real way is by using, the real way to do it is using sea salt. I'm out of sea salt right now. I usually do use, not like the really coarse sea salt, but like a fine sea salt. But I'm out of sea salt, and I've done it with table salt as well, and it's worked just fine. So, I mean, you do get like a better flavor with sea salt. So if you do have sea salt, definitely use sea salt. So I'm using about half of a cup of salt. And you just want to make sure everything is nice and salted. I'm going to do the same to the other one. You might be thinking, half a cup of salt? That's a ton of salt. It is, but a lot of it gets washed off because you're going to rinse it. Alright, you can go ahead and taste it. Oh, if it tastes salty, you're in business. So you could already tell that this is sort of like going down. The salt is already starting to soften it a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to let this sit for 4 to 5 hours, and we're going to go ahead and just mix this around like every hour or so until everything is nice and soft. So the way that you know if this is ready to like continue to the next step is if you go like this and it doesn't like snap like that. It doesn't snap. It's like really nice and loose, and what is it called? Flexible. You just want these white pieces to be very nice and flexible. So I'm just going to cover these, put them aside, and wait. So once everything is all nice and like wilted, I like to taste it. If it's at that point where you can actually still have a couple bites and it's not super salty, then you know it's at the right, just at that right point, because you still need salt in your kimchi in order for it to ferment the way it's supposed to. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with our mixture, our sauce, if you want to call it that. So, we're going to be using, for this super simple one, I'm going to be using half of a large apple. I'm just going to put it in the food processor. You can use a blender. I'm also going to be using half of a onion. I'm just using a white onion. I'm also using 5 garlic cloves. And I don't have fresh ginger. How embarrassing. So I'm going to be using like a heaping half of a teaspoon of ginger, like powdered ginger. But if you have ginger, just cut a little like 1-inch piece of ginger and toss it in there. And here we have the most important part of making kimchi. You cannot make kimchi with any other hot pepper powder. You just can't. It's not going to taste like kimchi. It's not going to be kimchi. It's just not going to be right. This is gochugaru, and of course I'm saying it wrong because I don't know exactly how you would say it or don't have a Korean accent. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be offensive, but it's gochugaru. I will put the name of it here because I don't know how to say it. So this is the powder, and I'm going to be adding somewhere around 2/3 of a cup of this into our what is this called? Mixture here. 2/3 of a cup to like 3/4 of a cup, somewhere around there. Like I said, this is to taste really. A lot of this is to taste, so you can mix it up and then see how you like it. And if you feel like you could go for more spiciness, you can go ahead and put more. Also, another thing to keep in mind is when you make your kimchi, it's gonna be less spicy than the sauce actually comes out. Once it gets fermented, it'll become like kind of like it'll have like a soury, kind of like sparkly, fizzy type of flavor or thing going on. So some of the heat is gonna go away. So if you feel like the heat is perfect, just add a little bit more. If you feel like it's too much, maybe add like another piece of apple or something. But just try to take it easy on the pepper and then add little by little so you can find the taste that you like. Alright, so I went ahead and finished blending this. I just added a pinch of salt. They needed just a little tad bit of salt, even though that's going to be salty. You still need just to add a little pinch of salt. And I like the level of spiciness it has. It's very, very simple, like light type of kimchi sauce here. Next thing I like to do is just check with a piece of cabbage just to see. Good. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour some of that mixture into that one, and then some of the mixture into this one. I don't have gloves, so my shortcut way is a Ziploc bag. And even worse, I don't have sandwich size Ziploc bags, which is what I usually use. I have a little snack size bag. But hey, whatever, right? And the reason it's not recommended for you to use your hands is because, one, after it's sitting in your hands for a while, it is a very spicy pepper powder, so this will burn the crap out of your hand. You'll get itchy and all that. And two, if you decide to put your hand even after you wash your hands around your eyes, it'll burn and sting like crap. So, so that is why people say not to use your hands. I've kept it on my hands by accident, like some that I get like on my wrist or whatever, and like without washing it off, because it'll be like far up from where I wash my hands, because I wash my hands like half, you know what I mean? So, and then I realized, I'm like, wait, why is my hand burning? And I'm like, oh, I have some of that stuff on my hands. My camera kind of cut off short the other day, so basically right after I massaged in all of the sauce kind of stuff, I just put it into the 2 jars, closed up the lid, and left them on top of my counter for 3 days, 2 to 3 days, but best if you keep it out for 3 days. And then you can go ahead and open it. Once you open it, you put it in your fridge, and then you can keep it in there for weeks at a time. Alright guys, so obviously, right, I filmed this in 2 days. That's because the kimchi has taken 3 days to ferment, and as you can see, I have 1 bottle compared to 2 bottles that I had when I started off. And the reason for that is because I already started eating the 2nd jar. I only waited like 2 days for the 2nd jar, and this one I waited a full 3 days. So, and I had already opened it, which is why you didn't get like the whole extra leaking all over the place. It smells delicious. I put this on there just in case it decided to leak some more, because what will happen if you make this kimchi, or any kimchi really,
you put the lid on and you make it nice and tight. And then over those couple days, it'll start fermenting and it'll start bubbling in there, and all the pressure will come up, and you'll notice like the top of the jar, the lid will like be inflated, and once you open it, you can do it either over a bowl or over a plate if everything is clean and you want to keep the juice, or you can do it over your sink and kind of like rinse it out and stuff like that. Alright guys, so it's time for the taste test cam. I'm going to go ahead and give my kimchi a try. Whew. That one tastes so much better than the other jar, which I opened earlier than I should have. But still, so good. I love this because it's so easy to make. I've tried making like other recipes that are more like time consuming and involve more ingredients, but honestly, I just want a nice kimchi kick with whatever I'm eating. I want to make it simple, have it done, get it out the way, and still have, and another thing is this one's like really light. It's like a nice like crisp taste to it, and I love it. So yep. So that's it, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to tag me on Instagram if you make this recipe or any other recipe on my channel. I would love to see what you made. Also, click on one of these videos to continue watching if you like, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.